Good morning. My name is Ella Alpe, and I have the absolute pleasure of introducing McCall. When I transferred to St. Mary's in the 3rd grade, the school buddied McCall with me to help me with the transition. After an entire summer of pouting and crying that I had to switch schools, I was determined to prove that St. Mary's girls aren't that great. However, after spending the day at the Botanic Gardens with McCall before the first day of school, I couldn't help but leave with the biggest smile on my face. McCall proved to me that St. Mary's girls actually are that great. So, a year later, I was ecstatic when she won the 4th grade Kindness and Congeniality Award. In fact, afterward, my mom joked about how she was shocked that I didn't get the award, but I quickly sat back and said, no, McCall is the nicest girl in the school and that I've ever known. Today, 8 years later, I'm lucky to say that McCall is one of my best friends. Every day, she leaves me the same big smile and is my rock through everything. Now, without further delay, I give you the Class of 25's very own McCall Sarah Award.
Something that has always been told to me is I'm always smiling. From Miss Trim's Ladybug class, where she reported to my parents that I always managed to smile at school every day, until just last week when someone asked me if I was ever not smiling. The small things have always made me happy. My dog wagging his tail to see me in the morning, my friends waiting for me to go to class, and even strangers holding the door for me. It doesn't take a lot to make me smile. It never has. Up until junior year, I'd always been a chronic optimist who made myself look at the good side of things. I would never let myself look at anything from a negative perspective. Although this sounds good in theory, in reality, it was far from it. I constantly convinced myself that everything in my life was perfect, even when it wasn't. To distract myself from my imperfect life, I would always try to be there for my friends and family, no matter the cost it had on me. One time in particular, I remember my younger brother mentioning at the dinner table how he was stressed about his math project due the next morning. I offered to help him finish it without hesitation because I wanted to prove that I could be there for him. What I didn't tell him was that I had to complete an entire essay, flashcards, and read multiple chapters as well. That night after dinner, I worked with him to make his project perfect. If my life couldn't look perfect, at least my brother's math project did. While there were times his smile faltered when he was unsure if we were doing it correctly, mine never did. We finished late that night, and I still had my homework to do, so I worked wearily until 3 a.m. to finish. The next day, I woke up and went to school with the usual smile on my face. I did acts like these daily, so much so that I never gave it any second thoughts. It was when I got home one night after a late basketball practice that I realized how exhausted I was. I realized how tired I was of putting on a fake smile, how tired I was of putting so much effort into those around me and hardly receiving anything for myself. That was when I acknowledged that I hadn't genuinely smiled in a while. I came to the realization that I was stretching myself too thin to try and please everyone, so much so that I snapped. I always thought that putting those around me would make me happier and a better person, but by not taking moments to smile for myself, I wasn't letting myself be truly happy. No human is always happy. It's okay to have bad days and let those around you know, because they're the ones that can help you get through it. There will be days when it's easier to smile than others, but humans can't always be smiling. If humans were to always smile, the authenticity would go away. I wish I could say I'm always smiling, but I'm not. No one's life is perfect, and that's normal. But there's always little things there to make you smile. To my sweet class, thank you for all the memories we have made together in the past 15 years. St. Mary's will always be a special place in my heart, and I will never forget all 73 of your smiles. Thank you.